Live from deep inside Los Angeles, this is Dre's Geek Philosophy, the February 27th edition. I am your host, Dre Cervantes, and as always, I have my two co-conspirators in crime here. I have Judgmental Geek, Judgmental Nerd, Pete Molini. I keep forgetting the new nickname.
You realize you're going to actually have to start saying that all over again in about 2 minutes.
I don't care.
This is a soft open.
No, people. When people watch this, later on, they're just gonna get this intro.
I know,
because I feel there's a lot of repeat. I mean, we don't get a lot of people live, but we get a lot of people who are watching this after the fact.
Yeah.
And when I do figure out how to post this on iTunes,
yes,
people will get to listen to this later. Something I haven't worked on because I'm clearly lazy.
But this is a flaccid open.
It's a soft open.
The phallic open in about a minute and a half.
Then why did you have me go on? Once I get on the camera, I want to do the intro. I want to do that Jim Rome show intro live.
It's the pre-show. It's the
pre-show.
It's a way to gather people in before the actual
show
goes on.
We're gathering people on because we're on about a minute early here.
Well, no, we're going to start the actual podcast in 1 minute.
The actual podcast.
You're letting people know.
The podcast. And that's an inside joke if you listen to, I'm sure maybe like two people know when I say podcast, that's a little inside joke. So and since we're not officially live, I'm just going to, hey, on our Facebook Live, we have Kia Fam, Iceberg. What's up?
Yes. I'll be right back.
I guess I should take this extra minute to
set this thing up.
Set up the Twitch. Let's go to the share button.
And start the show before, right when we hit.
I know. That's why I got to start the Twitch as well. Broadcast gameplay on the Twitch. And we'll only delete what we need to delete, unlike last time where I over-deleted.
Yes, you can over-delete.
Over-delete. 2. 27. 17. Done. And so 3, 2, 1. This is for the audio. Live from deep inside the San Fernando Valley. This is Dre's Geek Philosophy. I am your host, Dre Cervantes. I have Judgmental Nerd, Pete Molini, here as well. And we have executive producer, excessively long, Sam Zia.
Yes.
I remember this time. Coming here Monday night. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. as usual. For those who are watching live and for anyone watching this after the fact or eventually listen to this on a podcast when I stop being lazy, figure it out. I still have that saved article from Lifehacker, which shows me how to start your podcast. I have it all on my SD card over here. I have every episode, even the lost ones.
The lost ones.
Well, there is one particular lost episode that I feel is never going to get posted. It was the second episode that we did from your... From your comic shop where I was running the board, and it was clearly proven that I do not know how to run Audacity or an audio board. I don't know what I'm doing. Still have to practice that a little bit more. But yeah, we're here again. So tonight, I got to lead off with what happened last night. Because I'm a movie guy, I was watching the Oscars, the Academy Awards. I got.
Remember, this is a geek nerd show. There are movie geeks.
There are movie geeks, yeah, people who are enthusiastic about lots of things, and it was kind of a fairly show. I mean, I saw women everywhere were really pissed when Casey Affleck won Best Actor. Because he's a bad person, kind of a rapist, mostly rapist.
Yeah,
very rapey, a little rapey.
Oh, really?
Casey Affleck. Oh no, he is the subject of many accusations of being a bad person in regards to women. So him winning the Academy, that's why if you go back and you see Brie Larson, she was quite, she read it very like Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
Manchester by the Sea, and then all the women in the audience. And then, another little thing that I noticed thanks to the internet, Nicole Kidman claps really weird. And for the Twitch and for the Facebook people, you're going to see she I don't know if it's because of her rental earring, she claps like this. Her fingers are spread out as if she is doing some form of, spirit fingers. No, go online. It's all over Twitter.
Is it like a cheerful child, like, oh, goody?
No, it's really weird and awkward.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I don't know why it's so awkward, but it's really weird. But the really big thing that happened at the Oscars last night.
Oh, the screw up.
That giant screw up at the end.
Yeah.
Oh my God! And like, you kind of saw it building as you watched. Warren Beatty looks at the sheet and he's like, "Huh, this doesn't seem right." Like you don't know it yet, but you see the look on his face. This says Best Actress on here.
Yeah.
This doesn't say Best Picture. And then he shows it. And the Faye Dunaway, like, hey, yo, look at this. This is not right. And they go, all right, fuck it, La La Land.
Yeah.
And then La La Land comes up, and then I'm sure some enterprise, person behind it's like, no, that's not the right one. And then he's like running out there like it was like professional wrestling.
Yeah. There you go.
Like all of a sudden, like, oh no, wait. There's been a mistake. We have the correct paper here. The real winner is Moonlight, and everyone's confused as fuck because this whole this WWE-esque event happened.
It was pandemonium.
It was nuts. One of my friends got a great shot of the crowd. It looked very much like the producers, where everyone's kind of shocked in the crowd, or like.
Yeah.
And my two favorite faces in the crowd were, of course, The Rock. The Rock had this look where he had like a half of people's eyebrow up. He's like, huh? And then you see like Matt Damon doing his best. Matt Damon. He's like, Matt Damon.
Did you notice who Matt Damon was sitting next to?
Whom?
Jimmy Kimmel.
No.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh yeah.
Because they were killing each other during the show. Oh well, it was mostly Jimmy killing Matt Damon, but he was killing him throughout the whole show.
Oh, yeah.
It was pretty
They've got
crazy.
a lot of history.
Oh yeah. They're the Jimmy Kimmel. They got crazy history.
Yeah.
But did you hear about the other big screw up was?
There's another screw up?
Then the memorial, they put
Yeah.
some woman is still alive.
They had
What?
I think they had the right name, but they put the wrong picture.
They put a picture of someone who's still alive, so someone's like watching the show, and all of a sudden like, that's not. I'm alive. I'm watching me in memoram.
When
What
did
is?
I die?
When did I die? Checks pulse.
Yeah.
It's like.
That has to be really damn surreal.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever is in charge of producing last night's show, man, those people are so fired.
I mean,
Oh,
picture you're sitting there watching an awards show, and then all of a sudden, during the in memoriam section, they post a picture of you.
I'm
You're
like,
not even looking at the name at that point.
you're not. You just see your face, and you're like, I'm not dead. Or am I? Or exactly. Or am I? It was freaking that. There was such a shit show last night. I'm like normally I like to watch it, and I've gone my friends like to throw little Oscar parties and have fun. Like I have a couple of friends who like to have really fun punny stuff. It's like they have a bold thing to do. But this year they took a year off because as some people do.
Yeah, a lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit going on. Sometimes it's really busy to throw a party for that. And so I was a little sad where I was like, man, they would have been perfect to be around a whole shitload of people who are like, whole shitload of people who are in the movie industry watching this happen. I would have laughed my ass off as like the one normal in the room. I'd be like, oh my God, what the fuck was that shit?
But I think the craziest thing, so Suicide Squad won Best Makeup.
Oh my God! To steer this in a really geeky section, we're gonna have to call Academy Award winning movie Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Best makeup for Sumerian makeup all over.
Is that what it was? I mean,
I don't know. I'm sure. Well, everyone did have some level of makeup. I mean, like when I think of a person on Suicide Squad who had makeup, I think of Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And maybe the the all painted over Jared Leto Joker.
Yeah.
I guess the crazy the spirit chick or the enchantress. Took me a minute to remember that. The enchantress was a lot of makeup there, but like everyone else is kind of like military-ish. I mean I don't think Will Smith had any overt makeup, but
well, we got the Killer Croc. That was all.
That's right, Killer Croc, and
he looked kind of bad.
and he had my homeboy from East Los,
Yeah.
my East Los, El Diablo, my East Los homie.
I have a question, and
Question.
it stems off of this the topic of the Suicide Squad. I'm one of those guys that, I'm sorry, if I know something sucks, I'm not going to go out of my way to see it. Does that make me any less of a nerd because I have not seen Batman vs. Superman or Suicide Squad?
No, you're a person who has good taste.
Okay, thank you. Because
You're not less of a nerd, my friend. I watched Batman Superman twice just because I didn't believe it the first time. I didn't quite believe what I watched. I was like, no, that didn't happen, did it? All right, let's go one more time.
I had people that came out of the theater swearing because it was so bad. And I avoided it at all costs. And then, of course, Suicide Squad because the same reason. I was like, this has got to stop.
Honestly, Suicide Squad was less offensive.
Yeah, it was.
It was less offensive. I was not as annoyed by Suicide Squad.
It was slightly less ridiculous.
The feeling I walked away from Suicide Squad was like, this was DC's attempt to do a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque movie. They're like, we really got to capitalize on this. We got to make a movie that feels like Guardians. That's like, just their trailer. It's like, let's show they're a bunch of assholes, just like the Guardians. Let's put all kinds of classic music. Let's put Queen. We'll put a bunch of cool 70s, 80s music. Because that's what Guardians.
Yeah.
That's what Guardians did. And just a bunch of let's redeem a bunch of villains and make them anti-heroes because just like Guardians of the Galaxy.
By the way, Guardians, the new
Guardians 2.
The trailer that came out.
Is it out?
Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
There's a new trailer tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it tomorrow or today?
Well, all I know is that I saw a thing this morning where it's like tomorrow new trailer. It's Drax eating like some sort of food and he's like chewing really loudly. This is how popular, or to use a wrestling term, over the Guardians are. The entire trailer teaser is Drax eating food loudly and everyone judging him harshly because he started like, dude, and then like Drax like, what? And then like Rocket's like has a look on his face. Baby Groot's like, huh? Because he's adorable. And then you see Gamora, and then you see Nebula. They're just kind of like female judgy faces on him. And then those 30 seconds were much. Damn it! See, you can't see it, but on the Facebook Live, our buddy Caleb, aka Bushy Browley.
Here, give me a second.
But
to renew it.
he just put a comment because he warned me before the show that he's gonna make a reference to Dragon Ball Z Abridged, and he just got me right now. Go on, dodge!
I got it.
I'm gonna finish my thought on Suicide Squad or Guardians and Suicide Squad, and I'm gonna get to DBZ Abridged.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 30-second teaser was much more amusing than anything else DC has put out. Yeah. Like, you had a scene where someone is eating and everyone's judging them, and that was way funnier than anything DC has done.
Yeah.
I'm super. And then the new trailer is supposed to come out. I'm guessing this is a trailer we're going to see in front of Logan, coming out this Friday.
Yes.
I'm excited for that.
It's just kind of crazy now, as bad as these DC movies are, they got an Oscar before the Marvel movies did.
Oh, oh, God.
Maybe they invested more in makeup
than
the story.
Oh, that's true.
Fine. You guys can look better on the camera. We'll actually put together a better quality product.
See,
yeah.
Oh, God, that statement that you just made right now, it just hurt me a little bit.
I've been seeing that meme all day.
Oh, I hadn't seen it personally, but
there's one that has
a DC movie has won an Oscar before a Marvel movie did. Oh,
I mean, you could say that if they had won for lighting, they would have gotten the same thing. Come on,
that's true.
I mean, well, technically, The Dark Knight won an Oscar, so this has happened. I mean, this isn't unprecedented.
That's true.
I mean, Heath Ledger did win the posthumous Oscar.
The
Dark Knight was fucking amazing. Yes, Dark Knight's one of my favorite comic book movies of all time. And apparently, apparently tonight on the Twitch chat, we're having the reverse problem that we've had before, where now we can see people who are watching, but it's not showing any comments.
Has anybody said anything?
No, apparently Bushy left the same Gohan Dodge comment on Twitch. And I left my laptop at home today, so I can't pull up Twitch on my laptop here to actually see the comments. So I'm sure there are people commenting on the Twitch. I will wave hello to our Twitch people. Sorry.
On Twitch on here.
So yeah, so I don't know what's happening. The link is on. You can pull the link up through my Facebook. if that makes it easier for you, or I'm sure you know it. Dre GP Podcast, man.
Yes.
It's universal across all platforms, man. I did that on purpose. It's across all platforms. You just type in something funny. So like this past week of Uber driving, I've been like, I'm an Uber driver during the week to try to earn some money because I need to earn money and pay bills. I have been using that and trying to promote the podcast through riders. Like if I catch a conversation, I talk to someone. It was that Thursday night.
Oh yeah.
After we did the show on Thursday night, nothing. On Thursday night we did the show, and I went out and did Uber driving like right after. And people, so how's your day going? Well, I had an LAX drive earlier this morning, and then I went and did my podcast. Like I was just casually bringing it up,
just dropping it.
I would just casually drop it because they asked, "What was your day like?" Yeah. And I tell them, I do my. And they're like, what's your podcast? And then we start talking about it. And I was like, you could find it on Facebook, Dre GP Podcast, Dre's Geek Philosophy. I felt a little, I felt like that smarmy, dirty. But I was like, you know what? I gotta get the word out there somehow.
Yeah. No, hey, get it out there.
Because I've run into plenty of nerds while driving Uber, and I feel like there's one. There was one guy. He asked me all about the show. Oh. There you go.
Yeah, see, it works. I just did it.
But is there any other comment? Oh no, but
that was me.
That was you. But
yeah, no, there's no other comment in there.
Oh, but I don't know what's happening with Twitch chat. Twitch chat's not working. But
yes, it is.
It is now. But I do that all the time. As I rewatch, I always sit back and rewatch the shows to see what I'm doing, and I keep doing That's like my bum.
Okay, so every single time you go we have to go bum.
Shit. What have I done?
There it is.
Yeah.
That is the demonic trigger to stop me. The Pavlovian dog ringing and bell ringing to stop me from saying that. I use that as a comma when my brain farts and I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to go next. But a crutch. It's a crutch. I go to that when I need to think for a second.
Yes.
And I can't stop talking because dead air is the worst thing that's possible on an audio thing.
And radio, mine was. We'll get to that in just a little bit.
See, that sounds so much better than me going,
Yeah.
Bum.
Yeah.
I fed you guys that one. So the main thing I wanted to talk about today.
Butt sex.
How you can have it and how she can enjoy it, or he, depending. No, I don't want to be.
Don't discriminate.
I don't want to discriminate. Thank you. Don't want to discriminate. I wanted to talk about how GameStop has backed off of their circle of life. Kotaku apparently that Kotaku article ruffled lots of feathers. It ruffled a lot of feathers in the wake of it.
It had to have had a financial impact on them for them to have made any kind of adjustment.
Yeah, they reacted to it. They straight up a memo went out to all the stores. I guess this past or last week, or it went into effect today, that they're no longer being as harsh on the employees for their quote unquote circle of life scores.
Wow. So what you had to say during that podcast when we actually talked about it had this impact. You need to take full credit.
There you go.
You pulled it off.
Do you want me to be that radio? You want me to be that host who assumes?
I'm sorry. I think Bill Maher did the same thing with Milo. So,
he totally did.
So
but you know what? I am not Bill Maher, sir. But
for Geek Philosophy, I will put you up there.
I do know a lot of GameStop people.
There you go.
But it's pretty crazy that they actually backed off, and part of me is like, hey, where the fuck was this when I was still working there before I got fired this past November? But it's crazy that because these type of articles have been done for years. People have said all these things about GameStop for a long time. Mm-hmm. It intensified this past year, but to have them react in such a way where like, hey, we're gonna not be as big of an asshole about these whole numbers thing.
You think it was like a PR move, or it was like?
I think it had to have been
because it was just a couple weeks ago. Like it couldn't affected them that much that they had to
to be honest, like the day after the article went out, I walked into a GameStop. And I walked into the GameStop where there was some people who I knew, and I brought it up to them, like, hey, Did you guys hear about that article? Just to be a dick.
Yeah.
But like I wanted to talk to see like, and I wanted to find out if it was true that GameStop actually reacted, and like one of the guys there told me like, oh yeah, they sent out an email to everyone. No, this is not the company policy. You should not be doing this. This is only a small minority of stores, or a small. It's a small fringe of people who are doing this. You know, like good dictators.
Yeah.
You try to control the information, and you spin it.
That's true.
It's only a small fraction of our employees who are suffering from this. No, this isn't widespread. But no, obviously now, 2 weeks later, for them to like announce through all the district managers, and obviously it got out.
Yeah.
Some people from GameStop fed it to Kotaku. They did that article the other day that I reposted on our Facebook page. That they're backing off. And now like since the big crux of that article was them like trying to discourage new sales to protect their pre-owned sales. Now they added new sales as a category in their quote unquote new circle of life.
Yeah, so it's a total PR move.
A complete PR move, because now each employee is no longer judged on it individually. That's another thing that they did, because they were judging each person individually, and then you were supposed to identify who your weak performers were and help them get better or help them get out of your store. Yeah. Which the last boss I had did a lot more of the latter.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
We need to help them leave. We need to help. Like he was very nice about it. We're like, we need to help them find a job that's more appropriate for them.
Wow. That's it. Wow.
That is corporate scumbaggery at its finest. Yeah. Let me talk down to you and be a huge dick.
Yeah. Damn.
These backhanded, like, I want to help you find your next, because he had that conversation with me. Like,
oh really?
Oh yeah, he sat me down in the back room of my GameStop. It's like, maybe this isn't for you, Dre. This third time around you working for GameStop. Maybe there's a reason why you this is your third time through. I'm like, oh, I know why this was. I knew this was going to be a short term, because this is like my substitute for unemployment.
Yeah.
Working for GameStop was my substitute for unemployment. Right now, Uber is my substitute for unemployment at the moment, until I find myself a new gig at some point. And yeah, it's insane to think that that finally one of these articles, because people have complained about GameStop for years, but finally there was an impact to where it affected them and it affected their bottom line. Because I'm sure there was some sort of financial kickback. Yeah. Well, all of a sudden you saw sales go down. There had to have been a significant enough financial impact for them to react to this quickly.
Do you think people complained about the whole, like, I can get a new game cheaper? Like, maybe they never knew that, or like,
I think a lot of people didn't realize that. Yeah. Because like I mentioned during the show that we did where we focused on this, like, they used to have this thing called the 10% guarantee, where the pre-owned games are always guaranteed to be 10% less, and there are frequently instances where that was not the case when there was a special promotion or a special sale from they make a deal with Take-Two, or they make a deal with Ubisoft, or like, oh, we need to sell this game for brand new for less, because they want to move more, because obviously the publishers, publisher doesn't see a dime from used games. Publisher sees the money come from GameStop selling the brand new ones and having to order more of them. And therefore, then the publisher makes more money than having to order the new ones. I'm sure you're familiar with this yourself, sir, working in the comic book industry. Yeah, you make much more money selling the books that are hot, fresh off the shelves. Yeah. And then Marvel and DC goes, Pete and I, on the drive over here, Pete and I carpool out here to the Secret Podcast Studio. We're having a discussion about something along these same lines in the comic book industry, where it's in the comic book industry, one company or one distributor, should I say, controls everything.
Yeah.
It is it's a legal monopoly. And I believe, what was your quote of why this monopoly was allowed to occur?
Oh, because it's just comic books. It's not it's not something more important to more people,
like gas or food.
Yeah,
it's not it's not something vital. So this comic book monopoly is allowed where there's only one distributor. I mean, yes, there are small independent distributors, but that kind of represents like 1% compared to the 99% of the comic book industry that is controlled by this one company. Yeah. That Marvel and DC make their books, but someone else has to publish it for them.
Exactly.
And it's controlled by them. And they are able to get away with totalitarian things, like where GameStop had to they had to back off and be nicer, where the company you have to deal with on a weekly basis to get your products, they can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want.
It's like they are currently screwing with you right now.
Yeah, but the good thing is, like we said, there's no competition.
you have no alternative to get comic books. You know, obviously consumers have an alternative to get video games. They can get it anywhere else. Like me personally, I buy my video games at Best Buy and Amazon because I have Amazon Prime, so I get the 20% off games, brand new ones. And then if there's an older game, I just order it off Best Buy because I have the Gamers Club unlocked, and I get 20% off.
Yeah.
Like one of those, like I was telling you last week, I got one of those Lego Dimensions packs for like $22. Nice. And it was on sale for like 25 or for 28, and I got another 20% off on top of that. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, baby.
And I hate to be, a proponent of a company that takes advantage of employees, but frickin' Walmart has games for $10 cheaper than they do at GameStop.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah, that's why they are much bigger, and they are allowed to. They can order more, and they can go cheaper because that's their business model. That's the core business model. Like, fuck everyone. Yeah. We're going cheaper. People will buy it from us, and suck it.
We will take more money, and employees will get less.
Yeah, and employees will get less. Employees who work at Walmart will be forced to go on food stamps. So, we've reached the halfway point of the show. Now, we get to the...
this is where we transition, I guess?
We're doing a transition. I am doing the most... this isn't the most awkward transition. I can make much more awkward transitions.
Yeah. We are calling the transition out. So
we're calling that transition.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this Friday, the Nintendo Switch comes out. And alongside of that comes out a brand new Legend of Zelda game.
Yep.
And a lot of people are really excited about it. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. People are super excited. And one person, I will tell you, who is not excited is me.
Oh, dear God. And see...
I am not excited.
You are not tickled by the fact that there's a new Zelda game coming out.
I will explain. And believe me, no, podcast drinking game. When I worked at Nintendo for 7 years, take a drink.
You know what it reminds me of when you do that? It reminds me of, for anybody who watches basketball, Doug Collins, anytime he does an NBA game, he will always begin everything by starting it.
When I played in the NBA?
No. It was like, one time, when I was coaching Michael Jordan, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That was the drinking game back in the day.
That was the drinking game.
With Doug Collins.
But let me explain. Me and 3D Zelda have never, ever gotten along.
Okay, starting back from
Ocarina of Time.
And that's a game that people
it's universally loved.
Yeah.
It is legendary. It's the game that caused everyone to go out earlier in the week, Jai Pollard on the Facebook page, he put it's not one of his top 25 games of all time, but is one of the most influential games because I feel like young people who currently work in the game industry were heavily influenced by that game. I'm not saying it's a bad game. No. I'm sure it earns its reputation for the people who enjoy it. I cannot deny its influence because I feel like the people who made Skyrim, a lot of those guys were playing Ocarina of Time back in the 90s, 20 plus some odd years ago when it came out on the N64. But the issue that I have with the game is not fun for me. I've tried playing Ocarina of Time 3 separate occasions. First time, N64, when me and my coworker Ryan Takahani at Comic Galaxy, we stole the N64, borrowed from our friend David, and we played Star Fox 64, and then I remember trying Ocarina of Time, and younger, late teenage, early college me was kind of like, what the hell is this, man? This is ridiculous. I was easily frustrated because I could not get with the whole camera thing.
Oh yeah.
I thought it would be Navi that pissed you off more than anything.
I've not played the game long enough for her to annoy me.
Okay.
I feel if I had logged as much time as everyone else, then that would be the focus of my rage. But, no.
See, I played it when it was re-released on the 3DS.
Mm-hmm.
I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I could see why everybody was so influenced by it. But your hatred of the game, and I wouldn't say even hatred, your just disdain for the game stems from the 3D aspect of it.
Yes.
So you've also mentioned other games where your issue with it is the 3D aspect.
It's the 3D aspect, yeah.
What is the issue with the 3D aspect?
I'm old. I'm an old man. No, but I think that my issue with here. Well, obviously, I love Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts runs a 3D camera, which is still kind of awful as well. But I love that game. But I feel like a lot of these Nintendo games, when they transition from 2D to 3D, they're fucking frustrating. They piss me off. Okay, so the second time I tried to play Ocarina of Time, I was working at GameStop back in 2003. I bought my brother a GameCube for Christmas, and it came with this awesome this Zelda disc, which had Zelda 1, Zelda 2, your favorite Zelda, the Adventures of Link,
and the bastard child.
The bastard child series, and then it also had Ocarina of Time, and it had Majora's Mask. And so, all right, let me give this a shot again. Now I was, I'm like, I tried playing this, 10 years ago or 8, 9 years ago. Let me try again. And I fired it up on my GameCube. I bought the GameCube for my brother, but I kept that disc for myself because I am a jerk. It's like, he's getting the GameCube. He doesn't need this. He doesn't want this Zelda disc. I'm going to keep the Zelda disc because I love those OG Zelda. I love Nintendo and Super Nintendo Zelda. I think that is another problem that I have. I am so attached to Link to the Past that any game that is not Link to the Past or similar to that, because all the Game Boy games, I love those too. The Game Boy Zelda games, I fucking love those games. I can play those over and over and over. I will never get bored playing those. I freaking love those. I just replayed this Anniversary Collection that was on DS. I just replayed it last week. I dug up my old GB. I'm probably going to play through the Minish Cap again, just on general principle. It's not that I hate Zelda. I hate 3D Nintendo. Or the 3DS. All right. So I tried that second time, didn't like it. Third time, the one that you just mentioned.
Yeah.
The one that came out on the 3DS. I played it for work because take a drink. When I was working for Nintendo, I played through that one on the 3DS. I got further on that one. I felt this weird obligation. Okay, fine. I work here now. I need to go out and talk about this game. And I got further, but good God, that game...
Yeah.
And I was trying to do it without using the internet. I'm going to play this like it's 1996. Where, to solve puzzles, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to look up how to get through this. Yeah. I'm not going to try to find the answers. I'm going to try to... There were several days, not hours, days where I got stuck because there is no clues.
Oh.
There's no direction. I mean, maybe it's me. Not maybe. It's me. The problem is not the game. There's nothing wrong with Ocarina of Time other than the fact that, Navi is pretty annoying. Navi is pretty damn annoying.
Yeah.
It's like, maybe we should look over here. That was not the clue. Oh, no. The one place where I got stuck, there was this graveyard where you're supposed to push a certain tombstone. I was stuck there for 3 days. 3 evenings. Not even the water temple. Before that.
Yeah, that's everyone's...
The cemetery, where she provides you no clues. And the old graphics, apparently there was a flower in front of it. Apparently, I think I was supposed to there was something, either push or pull. I did the opposite, and I was stuck for 3 days. I remember I walked around the cemetery countless times. I spent several evenings. My yelling is scaring off viewers. We're dropping viewers right now. But you know what? I'm going to ignore the number of viewers that we're losing. I'm going to keep going on this. I was stuck there until one night. It was 3 straight nights because I would get home from work and I'd play because I'm like, I'm going to try to get through this.
Yeah.
And then it was I remember I think whatever I pushed or pulled, I went to every tombstone. And I think one of my friends from Nintendo, she's a super hardcore. I mean, if she's watching this, she's going to find me and kill me. It's like your girlfriend on the Facebook Live, she said, "Oh, we can't be friends anymore."
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
We can't be friends anymore. And that's fair. I'm not going to hold that against you. And then, like, she was trying to help me. She tried to give me, she didn't want to tell me exactly what, but she was trying to give me clues. She told me it's in the graveyard. What you're looking for is in the graveyard. She was trying to help me.
Yeah.
She didn't want me to quit because I was ready to quit. I threw my I threw the 3DS. There's a picture on Facebook of the crack I put in my 3DS.
Oh.
There's a crack I put in the side of the 3DS because I was so pissed. I threw my 3DS.
Oh, man.
And after that, and then ironically, the water temple, piece of cake. I blew through that thing like nothing. Like, all right, this water temple, like, because everyone hyped up the water temple for years. Oh, you're gonna hate the water temple. The water temple's the worst thing. I got to the water temple, beat it that same night. Hour. I remember texting from my friend John Balder, like, yeah, this water temple, whatever. I did it. Although someone else told me later on, I guess they made it technically easier on the 3DS by adding.
Made it more defined what you needed.
Yeah, there were little. I guess there were lines in the walls that you followed where the original N64 did not have that.
Yeah.
But there were other. Let me see. And then the breaking point I had with that game. So I got past the water temple. There were points where I actually was enjoying the game, but I got to this one part where I was like, I got stuck again. And then I looked it up, and there's something, you have to shoot an arrow into the sky over here. And I remember at that point, I was like, how the fuck was I supposed to know that? No one is going to tell you that. You literally have to, like, find, like, that. I guess that's more like the old school where, like, before the internet, you just have to ask all your friends, hey, how'd you get past this? How'd you get past that?
Yeah.
And I remember sitting there, I'm like, if I didn't have the internet, and if I didn't have people around me, I'm like, how would I have solved this? And at that point, I quit the game.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand. I'm not against a challenge.
Yeah.
In fact, I like challenges sometimes in my games. But when it's like so ridiculous where it's like, oh, you have to shoot an arrow directly at the sun or something or other at this point, I'm like, and no one tells you that.
Yeah.
It's just something you kind of like, I don't know if that's like, Mr. Miyamoto, like, discover. Go out and explore. Just try things. Go figure this out.
Maybe it's like, you get so frustrated, you just start shooting arrows into the sky.
You get so mad, you're like, fuck everything!
I think that's the idea. Make people wait it out for like 3 days until they just start firing randomly.
Well, because games have always been designed that you're not supposed to beat them super fast. You're not supposed to burn through a game. I mean, nowadays, I think that's an issue with the game industry where people burn through a game very quickly and they want more content. And like that game is like where you're not supposed to succeed right away. But that's I mean, the game was just so frustrating to the point where like it just. If I was younger, I would have given it more time when I had more time. But I'm an adult now.
Yeah. So.
At that point, I had a full-time job. I didn't have the time to freaking be sitting there like, I'm not gonna sit here and figure this shit out. I inherently want to enjoy games.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads to some other stuff where certain other when Nintendo made the jump from 2D, like from Super Nintendo to N64, that's where I kind of fell out of love with a lot of these Nintendo games. Where I tried playing Super Mario 64, and I was like, good God! Like other people, like it's an amazing game, but it was just so much work. Like when a game feels more like work than fun to me, that's where a game loses me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I feel it's very. I'm a very extreme case where it's like it's weird. Like there's another game a game like Destiny, even though the game sometimes does feel like work, I'm having fun because the game is so well crafted. I mean, the controls are so amazing.
Well, it's also the communication aspect with friends. That's what keeps you engaged a lot of times.
That is also true. Having a group of as I love to telling people, having a good group of assholes with you is the key to playing Destiny.
Yeah, and
I say this shit all the
time. The gameplay would have grown stale without that.
Well, without that, no, I would not have got as far as I did in Destiny without having a bunch of friends to play with.
But a good example of what you're talking about is Final Fantasy 15, where they made it. The main story 100 hours, and if you want to complete everything, it's about 230 hours, and they keep expanding it.
Right.
I mean,
that's cool. They keep adding content.
Get through the freaking maze dungeon. That's
that crazy vault of glass dungeon in Final Fantasy 15. I was sitting there going, "This is happening! Oh my god!
Yeah.
What the hell?"
And I could say that Water Temple might have an influence on that kind of gameplay as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Blind leaps of faith or weird ideas that you happen to try that get you through.
Yeah. Yep. Ocarina of Time is very influential, but but back to the original point. Like when a game feels more like work than it does fun, that's where I stopped caring about. And a lot of these famous games that people like, have great memories of. I am like, nah, that wasn't fun for me. And it's weird for like me. Like other games were, like a game that I love is Picross.
Yeah.
I love puzzles a lot. I like solving shit. Not like impossible shit, but I like solving things. I like puzzles. I can play. I've been downloading these the 3DS Picross games. They're like $6, and I'll play through all of every puzzle.
Nice.
And I'll go back and try to beat my times. Like anything like that. Or I remember I used to. There was a when they made the Sudoku game on DS. And I know I would never have bought it myself, but because Nintendo published one, they sent me one for free. And I played through the entire fucking Sudoku. I solved every Sudoku puzzle. That was an amazing time waster for me. That was fun. For normal people, I think that would be extremely boring, but clearly not normal. Dre, not normal. I always love puzzle games and then music games. But yeah, but like I said, sorry. I just love the comment that Sam just posted on. Hey, make sure to share this on your page. It may not look like it, but we want more listeners and viewers. That would be cool if we had more people to tell me how much I suck for not liking Ocarina of Time. Another game that frustrated me was Metroid Prime.
Yes, that's the other game that you mentioned that you were frustrated with, and
that was literally the second game I bought for my GameCube, because the first game I bought for I remember I was working at Fry's Electronics, and I saved enough money because I was working 60 hours a week. I saved enough money to buy a GameCube, and the first game I bought was Smash Brothers,
obviously,
mainly. Yeah. And the second game I was excited because I'd never played it. I remember I tried it at E3 2002 or Metroid Prime.
Yeah,
And then again, Super Metroid will always be one of my favorite games of all time. See, I think here's the problem. I have this attachment to the Super Nintendo. All those Super NES games. I have this strong attachment to those games. Those were my big I was very much influenced by Super Nintendo. That was the big one for me.
Yeah.
Not NES, but Super NES. A lot of those games there. I love those games so much. And when you fuck with the formula, that's where I get pissed. I tried playing Metroid Prime because my best friend, Jai Polidor, always, even later on was talked about it. I remember I bought it. And, man, I remember the first boss just kept spinning around, and I couldn't keep up with, it's weird because I wasn't I wasn't a PC gamer, so I didn't play a lot of first person shooters. Maybe now I might be okay with it because I've played so much Destiny that I'd be really good at looking at the radar and looking back at the screen. Yeah. But I was awful at looking at the radar back then in 2000 and whatever when I bought Metroid Prime. And the first boss, the boss kept going around me, and I'm like, okay, hold on, I gotta keep up with you. Dun 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 dun. Where the fuck are you? Good God! What? And then I couldn't beat that boss.
And that was the end of that game.
That was literally the end of that game. I'm like, I can't beat the first boss. Again, the problem is me, not the game. I am used to seeing my boss in front of me the whole time on a 2D plane. Where Super Metroid, Metroid Fusion, because I had played that because that came out at the same time as Metroid Prime. I played that on the GBA. I played the shit out of that. That was broke college student Dre. Metroid Fusion and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, or as that. See, that was me trying to get a joke because one of my friends say Sympathy of the Night instead of Symphony. Or it was Harmony of Dissonance and on the GBA, all these awesome GBA games. I see, and that's the thing. I love the GBA because that was literally a portable Super Nintendo.
Yeah, I would love to see you try playing Metroid Prime now.
I think that would be great for a Thursday night show because I still have it.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I know you got all these games.
I still have it. I don't get rid of my games.
You should give it a shot. See if your abilities have improved as far as shooters. Let's see.
Because obviously, I think I've gotten a lot better. Playing so much Destiny, and I'm logging 500 hours of Destiny in the last 2.5 years. I think I might be better.
Yeah.
Although it might be weird getting a hold of that claw friggin' controller, the GameCube claw controller.
Yeah,
That was the weirdest.
The thing that is shaped like a dolphin vibrator. Hey, maybe that's why the code name of the GameCube was Dolphin. It was probably inspired by a sex toy.
Wow. That right there was like in the movie Black Dynamite when they figure out the plot. You just looped it around.
I just looped it around. And a condom malt liquor shrinks an egg.
And the condom malt liquor.
And a condom malt liquor gives you Little Richard. And a condom malt liquor gives it shrinks your dick. We gotta go say smoke. I love Black Dynamite. If you've never seen Black Dynamite, I recommend you going out, finding it on demand.
yeah.
And watching it, and you can come back and thank me and Sam later.
Oh my God, that
The
first month I had it, I had to have watched it at least twice a day.
I think when you and I became friends, how many 7-8 years ago, we bonded over that, over our mutual love of Black. Aside from our mutual love of talk radio and Los Angeles sports, we bonded over Black Dynamite.
Yes.
Because I think my ringtone at that point, I played it for you.
Oh.
It was, "Who the hell's in my kung fu?" I found it. That was on my BlackBerry. I found the audio file on the internet, saved it, put it onto my phone, and anytime someone sent me a text, "Who the hell's in my kung fu?" I was being intimate with a lady once. It went off during the intimate times, and I laughed so hard. And I yelled at the phone, "You want phone? You're interrupting my kung fu." I am proud of that one. This is the quality shit. This is why you're watching or listening. The Dolphin is a vibrator. The GameCube controller is a Dolphin vibrator. And who the hell is interrupting my kung fu?
The circle of life is complete.
The circle of life is complete. This is the quality podcasting you'll get from Dre's Geek Philosophy. But yeah, because I am looking to get one of those game capture devices, and we'll hook up the GameCube. One of these. It's not going to happen immediately. I need money first. I can't just keep putting because the Switch that we're going to be playing next week, that's on my Best Buy credit card. Shit, that PlayStation camera's on my Best Buy credit card. Oh, Irv, I apologize? ? Today's a great day for you to share the show. Today's an amazing day to share the show.
Oh, this is fantastic.
This is quality content. You know what? No, I take back that apology. This is some of my best stuff.
Yeah, I remember when we were at Comic-Con and we got to see the pilot to the Black Dynamite cartoon.
Oh my God.
I thought you were gonna die.
Holy crap.
I remember you letting me know about it, and
I don't know if that pilot ever made it to air.
I don't
Because
remember.
half the pilot was a black bar covering his dick. And it was, much like Sam, excessively long. I have to go watch the season 1 Blu-ray that my friend gave me. Yeah, because
I have an autograph by Black Dynamite.
That's right. Yes, you do. And no, because that pilot, I don't know if that ever made it to air because
I don't remember
it was him. Like half the episode was him naked fighting a bunch of ninjas. Head ninja in charge.
That's right.
For those of you confused, ninja was a substitute for the N-word. I was surrounded by all these damn ninjas. All these ninjas are everywhere. They just keep eating all that bacon and drinking their grape drink. All these damn ninjas.
They steal your stuff, right?
These ninjas keep stealing my shit.
Yeah.
Know what? No, this is the perfect day to share the show. I dare say it is perfect. Perfect day.
Perfect.
But yeah. If I can grab the steering wheel of the show and steer it back. Bring it on back to my original topic before we... Dre loves tangents. I've had some. Those were amazing tangents. I mean, I'd have to say
They were.
I know I'm having fun. I can't speak for everyone listening and or watching, but I know I'm having a good time. I think Sam's having a good time. It seems like you're having a good time.
It's been fun, man.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of those games, I think that the problem clearly stems with my attachment to the Super Nintendo era of gaming. And I'm more of a 2D gamer.
Yeah.
I'm a 2D gamer. A lot of these DS games, like actually today, after I finished watching the most up to date episode of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, I went into my garage. I found my copy of Dragon Ball Z Supersonic Warriors.
Oh yeah.
And Jai Polidor, you'll remember this game because each of us bought that game when we were working near the GameStop, and we'd play in the back room and beat the shit out of each other. My Vegeta beat the shit out of you all the time. Or was it my Piccolo? I forget. I think I might have used I forget. I knew I was using a character that was not powerful, and I was beating the crap out of Jai and my other buddy Sean. It's like, how the hell are you doing this? Special beam cannon. And I dug it out, and I was like, and 2D fighting game. What's the game I'm most excited for on the Switch? Street Fighter. 2D fighting game.
That's true.
I'm trapped in the 90s.
Trapped in the 90s.
I mean, musically, I'm trapped in the 90s. I'm going to have to, face the facts. I think game-wise, I'm trapped in the 90s as well. I think everything... Well, I don't think my comic book taste is trapped in the 90s, because 90s comic books sucked. But...
These are movie tastes and trapped in the 90s, because,
No, 90s.
90s movies weren't great.
Yeah, but Nail. Now, I don't know if you heard me. I was talking about how Dragon Ball Z Abridged made me go and find an old Dragon Ball game, and I was playing it all. I was playing it during the day today. I was like, oh, having fun. I'm like, hey, look at that. I'm going Big Bang Attack with Vegeta, which has a whole new meaning now thanks to Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
By the way, if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z Abridged, check out Dragon Ball Z Kai Abridged. It's an abridged version.
It's an abridged version of Abridged. They literally say one word.
It's great.
It's great. So we're gonna start. Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna pull on the parachute. We're gonna start. Floating down slowly here. We got 10 minutes left. Hold on. Thank you. Yeah, that one felt good. So this Thursday, it's funny. I keep wanting to do this game night thing on a regular basis, but something else. 2 weeks ago, I was interrupted. I had to go. I got to go to Disneyland and do a scavenger hunt 2 weeks ago.
Awesome.
That was fun.
Wait.
Am I bearing the lead?
What the hell, dude? You were in Disneyland on this. How? That's like an awesome day at Disneyland.
Well, it was like 2 hours. It was 2 hours. It was after this was an employee event, and employees were allowed to bring 2 people with them. So my awesome friend Jennifer Achu, yes, her last name is Achu, much like the character from Marblehead Men in Tights, yes. A Sneeze. I always call her Jen Achu or Jen A Sneeze. And she invited me and my other buddy from Nintendo, and then her boyfriend who works at Disneyland also. So you had to have 2 cast members and then 2 guests. And so my Disneyland annual pass it just expired in January because I couldn't afford to keep it. And so they had this cool scavenger hunt where you go. This year they did it at California Adventure. So we all, couple thousand people all piled into that big Hyperion theater over there. Mm-hmm. And they did, for an hour, they do this Disney trivia. But it's super fucking difficult Disney trivia. They had Google proof questions.
Like what?
It's
An example of this, please.
An example of this. Which plaque at the Disney Legends Plaza in Burbank, California has 6 fingers? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck everything. Rest in peace.
Count Rugen?
No, these are all people who worked for Disney at some point.
Oh, okay.
I used to.
I thought the 6-fingered man from Princess Bride. Count Rugen.
Nope. Apparently, there was someone who did 6 fingers on his plaque. Because when Dre worked at Walt Disney, I used to take my lunch over in this area called the Legends Plaza. They had all these cool plaques, and it was pretty awesome. Yeah, they were asking questions like that, how many ships does this Disney cruise liner have? It's like, the fuck?
Damn.
Like, what is the name of such and such character? Like, it was like all these crazy, super difficult questions. I probably have a bunch of them saved in my Google search history if I had access to my phone, which is right there. It was nuts. Like, it was a Scantron test, and like they literally
Scantron?
yeah, it's a Scantron test. They show you the question for like a minute. So what teams literally had to do. So one person was assigned to take a photo of the picture because it was on a big screen. Take a photo of the picture. 2 other people on our team were assigned with Googling. Like, so like one person was Googling the odd number questions, and the other person was Googling the even number questions because most of the questions were fucking hard.
Wow.
And then the 4th person was trying to fill them in furiously on the Scantron because as soon as it was done, you had to turn it in.
Wow.
And after that, okay, here's my favorite part of the scavenger hunt. They give us a piece of rope and 4 little the carabiners, the thing that some people use for their keys. We had to latch ourselves together.
Oh.
So no one could run.
What?
Yeah, that was part of this. The whole thing is called Minnie's Moonlit Madness. Now, they do it every year. They do it for charity. Everyone has to pay to get into it. And then they give the money to charity. This year, they gave it to the Alhambra Ballet, like some sort of. They do it for artistic reasons,
Cool.
and then you get to run around the park. So we ran around California Adventure, and all these crazy. They give us a clue. They're like, oh, they give you an envelope. You open it up, and it's like, all right, blah blah blah. You have to go to Bugs Land and then figure out, oh, what's this, this, and this, and you have to go through Bugs Land. You have to look at all like the environment because, well, a lot of non-pass holders don't realize. There's a lot of hidden shit. Like, there's a whole, like, everything means something at Disneyland and DCA. Like, everything has a hidden meaning. It's pretty intense. And then the scavenger hunt took advantage of that.
Including the corn dogs.
Including the corn dogs.
The hidden meaning is eat me.
Because I don't remember what the first like, we had to go through. It's like, oh, everything. Each of the items in a Bugs Land had to do with one of the characters. And you had to look around and you had to, like, draw these lines through all these letters, and then once you've driven a line through, like, all the letters left behind will be one of the you descramble the letters, and they'll be one of the voice actors. I remember I was looking at the letters. I'm like, it's Kevin Spacey. Let's go. We need to go. Like, are you sure? I'm like, it's Kevin fucking Spacey. We need to go. Because there's a 2-hour time limit.
Yeah.
And so once you finish the first clue, you go back to this area, like at California Adventure, it was the wine area. And so like, the leader would detach from the rope and go in, trade in that clue, turn in the clue with the correct answer, and you get a new clue, and then you have to go somewhere else in the park. So you'd either have to go to the Fisherman's Wharf, or Paradise Pier, or Grizzly River, and like there's all this crazy stuff, and like all these crazy mnemonic stuff. Like, oh, okay, you have all these. There was a board of all these radio calls, like 10-4 over and out, and then there was a bunch of other funny ones. And you have to sit there and like they have this little puzzle, like, oh, okay, we need to combine all the numbers, and then the numbers go into those letters, and then I was like. Huh? But the fun one that I enjoyed, like we went over to the animation area, and so we had to go to one of the people, and she's like, all right, in order, she's going to give each person, we had to go through the alphabet and name a Disney character for each letter of the alphabet. Which can get very hard, one, when you're on the spot, and then two, like some letters you're like, what, Q, fuck. It was really hard. I got stumped a few times.
Really? What was wrong with Q?
I don't know. I'm sure someone will respond.
There's someone named Quentin or something.
I don't. Yeah, it had to be a Disney character.
Some kind of queen, or right?
Oh, Queen of Hearts. Yeah, that might have been. So that might have. But there were certain letters were like, you know, like
Z?
Yeah, Z. I'm like, I don't.
Buddy?
X.
Yeah, X. Yeah, it was funny. Like near the end, they're like, oh, okay, we'll allow you to use a Marvel character because that's technically Disney. I'm like Xavier. Yeah. Professor X. Fuck yeah. And yeah, it was nuts, but it was kind of fun. Like we're running around, but the dude who my friend's boyfriend, he was annoying. Like he was dragging us everywhere. Like I'm old, I'm a little fat, I'm slow now. I'm not a young man, and I'm like, can't we? We're supposed to walk. The whole point of us need to. And he's just dragging us. And we're like, I was being pulled dick first everywhere. Like whoa! I usually have to pay for this.
And yeah. That describes my 20s.
So that was the Disney, and now I've gotten into that was the Disney thing. So this Thursday, yeah. So like 2 weeks ago, couldn't do game night because Disneyland. Last week we did game night. Yeah. We played Lego Dimensions. This week we will not be doing game night, but myself, Judgmental Nerd, Pete Molini, and whoever else, we're gonna go watch Logan. That's why we're not gonna do the game night.
Nice.
There's an awesome theater where we're gonna watch it for $5.
Yeah.
This has kind of been our tradition for years now.
Yeah, for a while now.
Every major nerd movie.
Yeah.
You know, yourself, myself, and usually Enrique Cruz and his lovely lady, and then your lovely lady, and whomever else joins us. Whomever else joins us, we go. Like, you go in the morning before you go open your store and you buy the tickets.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then, $5, we get to watch a brand new movie. Because this theater, $5 Thursdays, no matter what. And then these movies come out Thursday night.
Yeah.
$5. And then, because before, I remember when we went and watched the first Avengers, and we were there till like 3 in the morning. Because they didn't start the movie till 1 a.m.
Wow.
Because we're sitting there like everyone was losing their minds at midnight. We're like, why haven't they started the movie? What's wrong? Like, it's the Avengers. We're like, come on, we want to watch the movie. And
that had to be frustrating.
It was a frustrating hour.
Did they have like the pre-movie stuff?
No, that theater does not have the pre-movie stuff. It's not like AMC.
It's usually late too. Like, it's supposed to start at a certain time, but it's usually
late. But thankfully, these past few years now, they just kind of they do it like at 7:30. Like, we're not going to keep the people here till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So we don't want to keep the workers there.
Exactly. They pay them overtime. So this Thursday, me and Pete and whoever's there with us, we might just do a live show of us talking about comic book movies while we're waiting in line to watch Logan.
That's not a bad idea.
And since now I have unlimited, and now that Verizon has introduced the new unlimited plans, which was cheaper than my normal plan, I'm like, I think I should. I switched. I'm like, I'm going to switch to an unlimited plan. So, me and Pete and whoever else is there with us, hopefully Enrique Cruz, if he recovers from whatever has waylaid him recently, death. So the Thursday night will be Thursday night movie night.
There you go.
While we're waiting in line. I don't know what time it'll be because I don't know what time.
It's 9-something.
It's 9-something the movie. So
yeah.
So around 8ish as normal. I'll probably go live for 30 minutes, half an hour. Well, my goal is to annoy everyone around us in line. That is my goal. We're just gonna annoy people around me. Hopefully, no one smashes the phone out of my hands.
And at this point next week, we're gonna be playing the Switch.
Yes, and next week, this Friday. This Friday, Best Buy should be shipping my Switch.
I may have to ask you to come by with it,
to your house.
Yes.
Yeah. So your lovely lady.
We are considering purchasing it, and she wanted to kind of test run it to see.
And I will be happy to give you a test run, and maybe I'll bring it by.
I would love that.
All right. So next Monday, excitement. Nintendo Switch will be here. I'll probably have to set my phone a little further back for that.
And the PlayStation will be here to videotape.
And the ultimate irony is that the Nintendo Switch will be on. No, Darren Fong says Independence Day level annoyance. No, I was a terrible human being.
Give us your Twitter.
My Twitter is Dre GP Podcast. Pete, what is your Twitter?
It's nostalgic_comics.
SamZ570.
SamZ570. SamZ570. You can always follow us on Twitch. Oh, you can follow the show on Twitch as well at Dre GP Podcast. And so next week, Switch. This Thursday, movie night. Next Thursday night will probably be another game night, probably involving the Switch. So, for myself, for my cohorts, this has been Dre's Geek Philosophy. Thank you for watching. I love you. Good night.
Good night.